Okay. Alrighty. Well, this has been very interesting. I didn't start the stream on YouTube. Oops, but I started the stream on Twitch and Twitch was going. So, welcome back. Welcome back. We lost everything there for a second. Multi-streaming is not built for my PC, unfortunately. It just seems to be not going to happen. That's okay. That is fine. Don't say that. Don't you dare say that. Yeah, geez me, I just fuck it. If I was committed to this, I would just do it. Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. You got a tax return. You can use it for that, right? No, the actually the tax return's gone. Bills be expensive. Okay. So, um, as I was saying, Hannah, as you're rooting around in the hay, I need you to roll me an investigation. Yes, yes. Um, uh, a 4. You smell straw, and you smell sort of like the sort of the thick, uh, burning odor of the torches. Sort of overpower sort of really anything else, and also it's probably the first time that you've been heavily imbibing in alcohol, and for something of your size, a hangover is um quite a serious matter. It's probably the first time you've ever had a hangover. In all honesty, uh, Monkey, on your 13, you will note that if these torches are not sort of extinguished on the way out, there's probably a good chance that they're going to burn down the building. Pimo's just gonna. He's gonna. He's gonna sort of come over and look at this one. Look at this one. No, they're on their phone. What do you want about? Or, oh, good. What do you? You sort of just see him stop for a second. He's sort of. It's almost like the gears are actually turning in his head. Like he's yeah, the thoughts are happening. He's thinking. He's thinking really hard about this. Yeah, no, but then what if we need to see when we come back, and then we have to light torches again. I don't know about you, but I don't know how to. I don't know what happened to me flint and my flint and steel, or nothing to light these up. Oh, I mean, yeah, you can turn them off if you want to turn them off, and he just walks out. You got to extinguish the torches. Absolutely, you'll extinguish the first one, and then sort of going through, you'll note that there's some candles uh, over here that would easily light your entrance to the building anyway. You can absolutely roll investigation for me. Actually, what did we get you to roll before? Wisdom, insight. Yeah, do insight. Do insight. Sorry. You are extremely certain that there is nothing near these candles that will actually cause a fire to happen. All right. Absolutely. You guys, Bobo and Eddie, you following them out, or are you going to follow the party? Yeah, okay. As you guys make your way outside, um, you'll note that uh, hang on. You'll note that the street, it is quite dark on the streets. Anybody who doesn't have dark vision will probably need a torch of some kind. But I'm pretty sure most, if not all of you here, would have dark vision. Lovely, lovely. Okay, and I'll take everybody to. I. All right, let's one moment, please, while I take you all to the next area. Yeah, where the fruit salad did you all go? Of course, all the way over here, as I would suspect. No, I do not have all of you for some reason. Okay, this has not turned out well. Bear me 1 second. That's crazy, right? And the accountant, what of it? Why are you all not? Okay, I'm gonna have to do. Yes, yes. You'll get yourself in trouble one of these days. I need. Where do I need? I need the actors. Where are the actors? The actor. There we go. Boom. Boom. Oh, no, not you. And then you. We all sort of move over. Does everybody have control of their tokens? Do you all have access for your tokens? Heck yeah. Okay. You are all, well, you are all here. You sort of leave from 51 down into 75. Couple of things really quickly. Just another little touch of housekeeping. Eventually, I will have this map actually made entirely like the Guildhall, for you all to actually explore in properly and go visit places properly in. So enjoy the very hex crawling map while you can. I'm doing it in quarters. I'm doing it in quarters. Because otherwise it won't happen. Just the tip, just the tip. Okay, so Pimo will sort of note to you all as we sort of Pimo will sort of note to you all that you guys are going to go down back to the Adventurers Guild. Sort of, if you'd like, we can travel there fast, or we can take in some sights. I mean, you are absolutely welcome to. Yeah. You are more than welcome to instant travel if you guys would like to instant travel over to 109. And I'll just roll some dice then. If that's what we want to do, absolutely. And that's okay. That's the whole fun of it. No. Why did I make Bobo the bear say that? It didn't do the thing I wanted. Bobo, no, don't say that. That's not what I wanted. Bobo does not want 2d20. Yeah, Bobo, dang. Anyway, let's just drag you all that way. Let's drag you over here. As you guys are traveling, I will just do some quick rolls. Was it slash roll? Was it slash roll 2d20 or just roll 2d? Was it roll 2d20? Slash roll. Nice, thank you. Okay. Alrighty. On your way, nothing of interest happens. Sort of everybody's sort of surprisingly up. Seems like they've been up for the past hour, as you guys have made your way through this section of Wayfair before you sort of have a good idea, and Pimo sort of has a fairly decent idea as well, as he seems quite knowledgeable of the area. I need everybody to make a perception at disadvantage for me, please. Okay. Alrighty. Monkey, you are too hungover. You are so hungover. You're still so flabbergasted about the fact that he just didn't even realize about he doesn't understand how fire hot. And that's sort of like a bit of a concern for you, that he doesn't understand fire is hot. Bobo, you're just vibing. You are just feeling the taking in the sights, the new scents. It's sort of really different to sort of like your previous environment. Traveling and sort of circus life as in addition to the forest. It's not even daylight out from what you can tell. It's still quite dark and people are up and busying and doing things, and it sort of just still amazes you every time. Eddie, on the other hand, you'll actually notice that sort of similar groups of people that were sort of watching you guys the day before, the evening before, should I say, have sort of still sort of floating around and sort of might still be stalking you all, but they're at quite much further of a distance. You do yeah, sort of same adventurers, but on your way over here, you'll notice that those same groups of people that were sort of, paid attention to you all and following you all, are sort of still sort of, you know, at least a district behind yous at all times. Absolutely. Absolutely. Could you just like the circus? Can you roll me perception with advantage, please? Because you are something catches your nose. Yes. You thought you caught something familiar, but then just with the cacophony of like the people getting up and making teas and coffees and various assortments of sort of foods and drinks in this morning, that and sort of the hustle and bustle is starting to build up, that it sort of quickly goes away, and it's probably just something that got wafted. And as you guys enter into the Adventurers Guild, you'll see at the desk still our same bright and looking quite chirpy at actually seeing you all. Actually, our little receptionist from before. You're surprised attacking Dim? If you click the 2d6 in there, that will actually then end up rolling that for you. Yeah. You'll see Inyan, the head of clan services, sitting there, and Pimo will make his way up and sort of start chatting to her, and sort of you sort of as you guys sort of take in the hall. It's actually quite a lot smaller than what you guys recall it from last time. Oddly enough, it's still sort of made quite to be a lot more of a higher quality than sort of the rest of the buildings that you've seen. It seems like this building itself does have quite a lot of potential funding backing it. As Pimo will finish chatting away to Enya, she'll sort of wave at you all and sort of just go, was that lovely man made of stone? Oh, but is he? Wasn't he already? Oh, 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 that was a very funny joke. I liked that. Best of luck. Best of luck. This one should be easy. Enjoy. And sort of Pimo's just like, you know her? As he sort of like comes back to it, comes back and approaches you all again, and he'll sort of show you the writ for the job. It seems like a very basic job. In fact, Monkey, your time. In fact, as you sort of jestingly and jokingly point out rats in a cellar, Pimo will be like, "Oh, I thought it would be an easy one actually for us. I've got a good little bit of scratching for us, but you know, at least enough to replenish the food stores, and maybe we might get some fresh hay for our for some bedding for us all, and we can save up for the locksmith so we can open the doors to the back of the building." We sort of show you this writ, and upon the writ, we'll read just a kindly little note, scrolled in cursive, from if any of you would like to read it, you may. Sorry, did I cut you off, Hannah? No, okay, sorry. So you don't think you read? I would agree with you on that. I don't think that you would have the ability to read as of yet. Um, definitely with some practice and some learning, you absolutely could. Same with you, Bobo. You could actually gain the ability to read. So you would like, as he sort of shows you and sort of goes to hand it to Bobo and Eddie. He sort of just like stops. He sort of just stops and goes, "Oh, that was a bit forward of me thinking that." He sort of just like glances down at the writ and glances back up at Bobo and Eddie and goes, "You guys, you guys don't read, yeah?" Oh, yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't either. As he hands it over to you, Inyan's really good, and she reads it out for me. And so you open it up, and it's this really beautifully done cursive, sort of quite old. She addresses the lady addresses you all. Please, dear adventurers, help me. They have my jars. Uh, please come to my home in I'm gonna ping it for us all. Is that it? Can I ping like that? No, why are you not pinging? There we go. over by over by 79. My house is in number 78. And the rats appear to have infested my cellar. And well, they've taken my preserves. The school children will be very upset if I don't get my preserves back. Sincerely, thank you, and there'll be a very generous reward in it for you. Um, and that's sort of the writ. You'll note that there's sort of like a quite an official stamp on the bottom of it. Sort of glimmers a little bit in sort of the dim light, sort of like it's like a bit of a metallic ink that they're using. And it'll state the reward for said writ being a very generous 20 copper pieces, with the potential for bonuses. It doesn't state the bonus, though, unfortunately. Uh, it will state bonus based on job well done, and also it will state sort of the job for how efficiently one does the job, and how you all sort of conduct yourselves. So conduct and efficiency. Mm-hmm. People will be like, "Oh, no, good, good." I mean, I already did accept, but all right, we've got the team on it. Let's do this. As he sort of claps his hand, he just and sort of vomits all over his feet. I'll uh, I'll clean this up if you want to. I'll meet you guys over there. Okay. We got vomit all down the front. Oh yeah, yeah, I know where it is. She, old lady used to come by with her preserves every now and then to the hall, and she's a lovely lady. Used to walk her back when I was a young fella. As he, oh yeah, yeah, Indian told me. That's why I took it. Yeah, she's a sweet dear. Yeah. So he sort of vomits all over Danny's front and all over his pants again, and he sort of like
holds his hands out and sort of like half hunches over and sort of like waddles himself around in about a 180 degree and sort of looks at you and goes, "Help, please." She sort of just rolls her eyes and sort of comes over. Um, as a um, he's just sort of bringing out lots of last night's questionable amounts of food and liquor. He will meet you over there if you guys would like to make a head start. All right. As you guys make your way over to 97. Let's just do this. God damn it, Henry. Okay. Nothing happens as you guys make your way into 97. This seems to be like a metal lodgy area where people seem to be already making what appears to be some very sort of cheap-ish tools. Appears to be mostly just horseshoes. Let me just note this down in my notes. 97. Is it 97? Well, yes, yes. This was 97, correct. Yes, I just had to move Bobo. He was blocking the number. Sorry, as we go through, I do just populate these as we walk through them. Okay. As we go along, why not? Why not? You'll sort of wave and say hello to a few of the Smiths as you guys then make your way through to 101. Okay. Let me. It's the dog room. Get your dog. Don't get your dogs out. Not on my Christian stream. In 101, you guys will find that this is actually a town center. Sort of a really open area. There appears to be some buildings over to the south on this wall here, down towards 122 and 123. This all seems to be all buildings, and right in the center, you'll find a sort of a big sort of roundabout sort of ish area. Just like a sort of ruined little statue in there. There seems to be children passing through on their way to on the way to either work or maybe, if they're lucky enough, classes. You would probably be apt in that understanding. A lot of the times, especially in this tier, children don't necessarily have education. They have either apprenticeships that their parents have sort of handed them off over to. Some may be lucky enough to actually still be able to go back and forth to their parents, but others remain in the employ and care of their masters. But apprenticeships are a great way for young folks to actually move up levels. So it's sort of a selfless thing seen on this level for folk. As you guys then make your way over to 70. We just need to do one of these. Man, why is fucking my making Bobo roll that shit? God damn, I almost need to figure out like it. It's not fine. I'm mad about it. I'm gonna die mad about it. 70 again, just sort of like this sort of opened area. It seems like this is more of these are more of a sort of a few connected thoroughfares with some buildings sort of on the edges. You notice as you sort of in 70 that this looks like quite a going into quite a heavy residential area. Lots of buildings and rooms all sort of built around and on top of existing sort of like structures that probably would have been built here first before things before the next level got built above it. You find sort of like almost kind of like modern sort of apartment sort of blocks sort of here above table as people are coming out of these buildings and going off to their respective jobs. As you can see, all of them are sort of not really well dressed. They're all sort of wearing very meager things. You can definitely tell the disparity and how close to actual desperation these people are, especially running the risk of being pushed down further into Wayfair's truly unforgiving depths. Nothing happens as you guys make your way into 79. As you guys make your way into 79, again, this is quite a heavily packed sort of like courtyard, full of lots of residentials, and sort of the last remaining sort of little cottage you actually see is right in front of you, number 78. It's sort of like a little sort of cottage that you may have seen on your travels, Monkey, from like in the woods. Bobo and Eddie, you both probably would have come across these traveling in across the lands of Wayfair, lands of Fjordy, where you would have come across townships. It's sort of a little really odd, this building being sort of in the middle of such a densely populated area of Wayfair, and sort of so very well kept and well looked after. It seems either the resident here or the people associating with this resident really either respect or owe a lot to. Yeah, Monkey, as you sort of approach 78, tell me what you do. Her name... Yeah, absolutely. Let me actually grab that for you. I actually don't think I said a name. Damn, it's like the one thing every DM doesn't do. I didn't do a fucking name. Whoopsie doodles. Got me out, guys. Congratulations. Yeah, this one looks like it's like well kept. It's like an odd building for the area. Normally the buildings are in this area, as you can sort of see, the buildings in this area sort of built on top of each other and like squeezed, like sort of like slummy looking shacks, or they're like a part of like a bigger like sort of building complex, like very basic 4 walls, no decorations, fit as many people into them as possible. Lots of sort of tiers of windows going up. Sort of as far as you can see before it hits a sort of blocked out by the gantries and sort of the above your sort of heads sort of walkways, so you see people walking back and forth through and around and above you. This one is like, it's like a little cottage from the woods, just right in the middle of all of it. And got herself like a small sort of 5 by like a 5 foot by maybe 15-foot like little yard. There is no grass down here, but it is painted green. it appears that some of the children come here and actually draw flowers on on this, or what they feel flowers should look like on this green painted sort of area in front of this lovely sort of it's lovely in the fact that it's in this level of Wayfair. It's got some color to it. It looks like it is reasonably maintained. It is not, you know, gingerbread house in the woods level of maintained. It is just, it sort of sticks out. Either this was an original structure, or she's managed to be able to get sort of a nice place for herself. Her name will be, you'll see written across the door. You know what? You called me out and I wasn't prepared for it. Now I have to fucking think of a name, and I'm just gonna go straight up and fucking generate one. I don't want to write mold lady because that's not what's going on here. Are you the mold lady? You'll see Mrs. Mabel written upon the door in again that same very nice handwriting. Mabel, Mabel. Yes. Nice, thank you. I'll take a copy of yours at some point, but I am low-key marking them out myself. That's okay. Normally I'll actually just review over again. Yeah, so you approach the door and you see this beautifully painted Mrs. Mabel's with a sort of an S on the end, and what do you do? Gingerly knock as you sort of on her door. You'll hear from just a little muffled from inside. Oh, 1 moment. As you sort of hear this shuffling about, as sort of a bunch of sort of a little clattering and clinking, and sort of it's going on for a little bit longer than it typically normally should, and sort of as this door sort of gingerly sort of creaks open as you're looking forward. As the door opens, you notice that there's no one actually in front of you until you look down, and there's a little raccoon looking lady with these big sort of spectacles, very thick. Her eyes become quite large in them as she's sort of adjusting them. I can't get a good look at you, dear. Can you come down a little bit, please? Since my 103rd birthday, it's been a little hard climbing up things. She's sort of like, you bring yourself down. She'll sort of look at you and she'll sort of grab your face a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't seen one of you talk for a while. And she sort of taps your face. Oh, bugbear. Okay. She's very handsy. Like when she grabs your face, she doesn't do it with one hand. She does it with two hands, and she sort of shuffles her hands across your sort of your face either side. Yeah, she's zhuzhing a little bit, and she's like, yep. You what can I do, dears? I haven't had an order for a bugbear for a while, and she'll sort of just suddenly realize that there's a fucking bear just down from you. Oh. Oh, lovely. Oh. You sure? He looks a bit angry, love. Oh, I've been around the block once or twice. I've rustled myself about. And she sort of like chortles to herself a little bit. I'm pulling your leg there. I'm pulling your leg. I sure haven't. What's today? What's it? It says, mm, uh, uh, she'll 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 sort of, how far away would you say you guys are from her? Yeah, how far would you say you two are away from her front door? Right. Okay. Perfect. She'll notice sort of the doors bang open, and sort of you're in there. You sort of burst out of there, and sort of, would you say it's sort of like you've puffed yourself up to make yourself appear bigger? Explain to me sort of like the. And she'll look at you. She'll sort of notice you. Oh, aren't you a brave little sort fellow? And she'll sort of reach into her little apron and sort of hand out just maybe like a small little, like, sort of a broken up little bit of a cracker. There you go, sweet pea. I have one of those. There you go. This old. You're more than welcome to investigate the cracker if you'd like. Explain to me how you're investigating it. Pardon? Say that again. Mm, mm. Look, you've just met this old lady. She you've seen one or two sort of racklings before. Um, she seems very old. Um, which sort of throws you. Seeing old sort of animalish creatures, um, sort of sort of big deal. Um, you guys have definitely seen older, humanoid, um, uh, before that. You know that they go grey and stuff like that, but a quite an aged, um, animaloid, is a little bit, uh, uh, strange and a touch off-putting for you both. Um, you're a bit eerie and wary about the cracker. It looks like a standard cracker, maybe a little stale, but it's just, her whole vibe is sort of throwing you off about it. It's like, oh, no. Yeah, yeah. So like basic raccoons don't exist. They are people. They're like an animaloid. They're like a humanoid, but they're just like, your tabaxi sort of thing. Um, uh, they are. You can count one or two in your time. Um, Particularly as crowd members, nothing sort of to report. Cracker wise, if you want to give it a sniff, and you can roll an advantage to uh for a perception if you'd like. That's okay. We'll take your first one. Yeah. Oh, that was a disadvantage. No, we won't take your first one. We'll take your second one on advantage. Well, on a 2, and then a 4.
you sort of really don't get much out of it. Yeah, it smells alright. It smells like you could probably eat it. And it probably smells a bit stale, but sort of the scent coming from her house is quite floral. It's quite flowery. Um, um, Smells quite sweet, like very sickly sweet. Sort of overpowers the anything you can sort of gauge from this cracker.
Oh, dears, what can I help you with? I'm afraid I can't do because I've got down in the cellar. I'm waiting for one of those fine, strong, acting for you to come from the Adventurers Guild. I put up a writ. I saved up all my coppers for it. I did, so we could give service to the children. You know, it's very important. It's a good meal that they can add to things, and that way they get a little bit of sweet in their lives. Oh, so formal of you. Oh, how's that Primo doing? I remember when he was a young kid, he would hop all over everything, and so just between you and me, I would occasionally bring his late father what I would call my nighttime preserve, and well, that put him right to sleep. No more jumping and running around. It's time to time to go to sleep like a good boy as he should have. But you know, he didn't do very good in school. You see, his father he ran his. Anyway, I'm blustering anyway. Come on in, come on in.
And she sort of
I'll lock away the silver.
and she sort of hobbles in and sort of starts ushering you all into her home. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely. Fucking oath. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. She was absolutely serious. You could see as she said it, she actually was taking her earrings off and putting them in her apron. As you guys sort of enter into her home, you can see her sort of wandering over to a cabinet. It is very cluttered. There is jars of preserves everywhere. This looks like the main thing that has kept this woman here in this level for the longest time. There is some nice wooden furniture everywhere and lots of doilies. The doilies are everywhere. There are doilies up. There are doilies down. There is even wall doilies in this location. Um, you'll notice some nice, actually reasonably fine cabinetry, probably of the similar quality and build to actually some of the bookshelves back at Clan Drakescale's uh, hall, and sort of similar timbers and stuff that are actually of those bookshelves, and sort of some of like the sort of the back end of the of the uh of the back end, um what's the word, sort of woodwork that have been sort of at the back end of the clan hall. You notice it's sort of very similar. It looks similarly aged as well, as you sort of see her shuffling over and sort of pushing up a stool as she steps up onto it and starts locking her cabinets and start putting a couple of sets of what appears to be silver cutlery into this cabinet. She opens up a lock and sort of locks it and closes it and then twists it a couple of times and then sort of gets another key out from a massive ring of keys and locks that too and closes it. And,
oh, there can't be. You can never be too. Never be too safe. Young Pimo, he had sticky fingers growing up, and you know it's been a few years. You just can't be too safe. Anyway, oh, we can only hope, dear.
she seems like she's struggling a little bit. She's definitely quite on in her years, and she's moving around so much, and it seems like it's gotten her quite excited, and sort of she seems to be quite uh
Thank you, dear. Oh, that's very lovely. Oh, but you're the guest, so I should get you something.
She doesn't even. She just holds it, and she's just prattling on about how she should get you all a beverage, or
Would you like a little cracker with something with some of the famous preserves on it, sweets? I think I've got half a jar floating around somewhere.
she hasn't even drank it yet. She's just more worried and focused about actually making sure that you, the people who have come to work for her, that you are comfortable and a sort of happy and sort of settled in her presence.
Oh, good.
She sort of hands you back your water skin and shuffles off back into her room. You sort of all sort of have a moment to sort of take in your surroundings. You may all. Bobo struggled to get into the front door. I will say he struggled to get into the front door. In fact, Bobo, could you actually do me a athletics check, please? Oh, yeah, athletics. Yeah, athletics will be fine. Yeah, Bobo, you managed to squeeze through the front door without sort of breaking anything or sort of pushing the door into the wall. The house is obviously built for somebody smaller than you, but there appears to be just enough room for you to sort of like shuffle through without knocking anything over. You do sort of take a doily or whatnot with you from the back of a chair or whatnot. Just sort of gets stuck onto your gear and you don't really necessarily notice it. You all can roll perception for me, please. He's not doing great in the rolls today. You'll all notice, aside from Monkey, well, Eddie and Bobo, you both notice that the scent, the sort of the source of that sickly sweet smell is actually coming from these jars of preserves, and appears to be amongst a stack of a few, sort of past the sort of a couple of the chairs and sort of past a bit of a bench, that there's one or two of these jars of preserves that actually aren't sealed properly, and from their smell you guys could actually probably pick that they're actually about to go bad if they are if they're left like that. You, Monkey, are actually look up and surprisingly captivated by the fact that she managed to doily her roof in like what appears to be some quite intricate patterns. There appears to be an actual ceiling, but attached to that ceiling is several large works of lacing and very fine lacing and doilies, all depicting many a different things. Surprisingly, all of them of battle. And Mrs. Mabel will come back out after sort of a short while, and she'll have like a sort of a quite a regular sized tray, but quite large for her, as she's sort of hobbling on out.
Here we go, dears. I've got you some preserves and I've got you some crackers. Now, go on, sit down, have a seat. Come on, sit down. Oh, it would be very rude of me if I didn't offer you a seat, Daffy, considering you being so nice and helping me with my rats now, you.
She'll sort of get into a little bit of a coughing fit. She'll reach into her apron and pull out a hanky and sort of start coughing into that and sort of dab her nose. And once she's sort of calmed herself, and she'll grab one of the little cups and sort of have a bit of a sip of what appears to be a sort of a very basic sort of tea. Yeah. Yeah. You'll go have a seat, and you'll notice that none of them are going to fit you. They're all for shorter company. you sort of plonk yourself on the ground to sit, and you sort of sit with your legs crossed. She'll just sort of jittery and joddery nod at you, and she'll sort of look both at Bobo and Eddie and be like,
Oh, come on, sit down, sit down.
um, oh, she'll take in that whole interaction, that whole, you know,
Oh, I didn't. I'm not necessarily made for entertaining guests of the larger variety. Normally I'm used to, you know. Well, there's I didn't want to say, I didn't want to be rude, Diz, but I'm worried, a little bit worried about my floors. You see, yours are very big. Uh, uh, did you, would you like some preserves and some crackers, or could I show you the way to Masalas? There's quite a lot of rats in there. I can't get down there. I'm not as fit as I used to be.
and she'll realize, she'll look up and she'll look at Eddie and she'll,
Oh, no offense, dear. No offense. I just none of them talk. If I could have spoke to them, I would have. I just normally the old bludgeoning stick is good, but that usually stops them. But I think they've seemed to have organised. You know, they've all. Oh, well, fuck these nasty little bastards.
you'll just see this demeanor, her demeanor change the instant that you're like, you've never seen a rat that's a good conversationalist. The facade is gone. She just like whips out her little like wobbly bony finger.
Oh, fuck, I hate those bloody things. Oh, I've been clobbering them for years, but they just keep coming back. This time they've come back in force. Oh, I'm not as young as I used to be, and I gave it a fair whack. But they bloody got me, the little buggers, and I've been bitten all up and down. I've been out for weeks. Years of preserve wasted. I'll get them and I'll turn them into bone broth. Oh, oh.
And so she's been fighting, probably to her, quite an epic war against these rats. Probably not up on the roof, but there's a good section over the mantle, and it's her clobbering rats, and you'll see rats running from what appears to be a very heroic, like heroine, sort of like holding what appears to be a cudgel in its hand. Such fantastic detail in this slice. Yeah, it's just sort of the next panel is her just clubbing like rat after rat. There's one really confronting one where it's like quite intense, quite visual, and graphic of the sort of the rat's head being hit and it's sort of exploding. Yeah, it's quite she'll notice and be like, oh,
You dear, is it lovely? This is a little trick I show people I have a company.
She'll walk up and she'll sort of get up onto her chair and sort of like put one hand up on the mantle and sort of pull out sort of one of the strings of the lace, and sort of that specific very graphic panel of the rat having its skull caved in and its brains exploding. The red lace actually moves in amongst itself as she pulls this sort of like bit of a tag, as it sort of moves back and forth like your old picture books with the moving tabs, and sort of just it's like an impact of the brain being in the head to splattering out to being in the head to splattering out to being in the head to be splattering out. You can tell she's quite a master of her craft.
Yes. That one took me quite a while, but fuck, it was worth it. That little bastard there took me 3 years to get. I called him the king, and I got him. I bloody got him. Oh, that was good. Yeah. I don't know anybody who does taxidermies. Otherwise, I would have put him up on me. Sorry, dears, that was probably a little bit much. I think I've just lost my composure there. Anyway, come on this way. I'll show you to me. I'll show you to me cellars. Now there's 2 cellars, and you've just got to be a little bit careful because fuckers like to stay underneath the stairs. And if you're not careful, they'll come out from underneath the stairs and they'll bite you. Specifically on the second, not on the first floor, but on the second floor. If you're going down to the second cellar, the sub cellar, they'll bite you, and that's where I keep most of me late husband's things. You see, I'll be really PO'd if they've gotten into his books. They're not cheap. They sell for quite a lot. I'm saving them for the grandchildren, or if the grandchildren are bastards, I'll donate them to the schools. It's only right. Yeah. Anyway. I would love that, sweet dears. That would be absolutely lovely. You both were just such peaches.
She'll stick out a hand and sort of wearily go to give the bear a bit of a pat. Will you let her pat you? Boo-boo? Yes, that was a yes. Use. She'll just sort of give you a little bit of a ruffling and sort of maybe a bit of a scritch behind the ear. She's got some pretty for being her age. She's got pretty strong hands. She's sort of like giving a good, actually getting right down in between the fur, right in the skin, giving a real good scratch, like enough to with the rear paw. Like she's found the perfect spot. Oh, you Archie's too sweet. So it is, and she sort of, once she puts one hand on you, the other hand's on you, and she sort of just starts like feeling your fur and your face and stuff, just in the same manner that she's done Monkey. She's just getting a good grasp of your texture. She sort of then excuses herself and she goes back into the kitchen as you guys sort of make your way from the sort of the greeting dining area into sort of it's really quite a cramped kitchen. Bobo, with your roll before, you still manage to squeeze your way through. You'll notice Eddie and Monkey, as she's going back and forth. She's actually grabbing the doilies off from Bobo's equipment and just sort of like sitting them away from him as she's sort of walking through. She's grabbing anything that he can actually get snagged on once she's realized, and she's just sort of putting them up away from him from catching. And she'll go back and she'll go back and she'll start fossicking through her keys again and through her apron, and she'll pull out what appears to be sort of a little red ball, and she'll sort of crack it open and sort of just give it a bit of sniff, and sort of like tuck that back into her apron, and she'll pull out a hanky and dab her little nose, and she'll pop that in there. I'll take my medicine every now and then, you see. And so she'll fossick through her keys again. She's rapidly going through each key. There's about probably close to maybe 100, 200 keys on this ring. It's quite sizable. She's got a lot of keys for such a little old lady in such a tiny cottage. And she'll finally take you to the back area of this cottage, where you see sort of a door that's sort of leaning, sort of like a 45-degree angle, up off the ground, sort of like your American ones, where you can actually go into sort of like the root cellar that normally are attached to the back of the house. This is sort of in her house. There's a series of locks all the way up and down it. She is definitely gone well overboard. The whole door itself is covered in like very fine, very tightly knitted doilies, like really small holes. So it appears that her thought was, well, if I cover the fucking door with me doilies, they're not going to be able to. I'll know when they've chewed through it. So obviously there's been no holes, as you can see. She unlocks a bunch and then she unties the lace of the doily, and it takes her about 5 minutes just to untie this lace and this doily. And she finally gives it a bit of a. She has to sort of stand on the door, lift it up, and she sort of turns to all of you.
Come on, dears, can you give old lady a hand? It's pretty heavy. Normally I've got a little thingy to pop it, but it broke last time. So could you please politely open the doors for me?
So you, Monkey, you go up and you'll open up these doors. These are really quite weighty, quite solid wood doors. It's sort of almost the same sort of timber and sort of similar aging to the wooden doors of the clan hall. Sort of catches you a little bit by surprise by sort of the make and quality of a lot of things in this house. As you open it up, she'll point in there and be like,
Off you go, dears. I'll give you me cudgel, but I've got to keep that just in case any of the little bastards get up here. I'm going to stay by the door, okay? Oh, good.
as you sort of you'll sort of see her go,
Oh, dear, you gave me a bit of a fright with that one. I didn't know you were one of those mages.
so you sort of put a bit of a spin on that word mages. It's just sort of came out with a little bit of venom.
There were those mages.
I think it is fairly innate for you at this point, just to do this. You know, obviously, you absolutely would not. You would understand that. Well, you've seen other people do magic, and they've been referred to as a mage. Really, you know that, like, obviously there is a difference on what and how people get their magic. But you would be the, it would just become, it was just so second nature to hear that. You could roll me a history check, actually, if you would like. Yeah, no, you've heard people been called mages before. It doesn't really catch your register. You just think maybe you just frightened her a little. You sort of just oh. All right, off you go. She sort of starts pushing you into the cellar. She doesn't have much strength behind her. She's got a little bit of like oomph, but you can tell she's getting really flustered and sort of panting. As we all enter the cellars, I shall just quickly change the let me click back onto this one. Please, for the love of fruit salad, work. Okay, I will need, politely, I will need your order of how people are entering. Always, as you guys make your way in, you sort of realize that there's only just enough space for you all to go down one by one. Yeah, absolutely. As you sort of enter in through the front, you'll go down the stairs and sort of realize that Bobo's going to have to be at the bottom of the stairs. So, would you like to go? Where would you once you hit the bottom of the stairs? Would you like to go diagonally forward, or take 2 steps to the side? Diagonal forward. Okay, let me put you all in now. Give me a second. What? No, never. As you guys make your way in,
Okay. Oh no, I've already put you diagonal forward. Sorry, you should be there. Okay. And this will start combat. Can I get a no, not just in this, not right this second. I need everybody to roll me perception quickly. Add advantage, please. Add advantage. Okay. Bogo, you guys did all awesome. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh, you're lucky, Eddie, that it was an advantage because you rolled a nat 1. Very lucky. Okay. This will start off combat. You guys are not ambushed. The rats were not expecting you. And now... Yeah, hang on a second, let me... Yeah, how did I do this again last time? It was a hot second. I didn't explain it, no. Yes, everybody please roll initiative. Okay. Hang on a second. No, I need you to... No, wait. Clear your initiative. Hang on. Okay, and then... No. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Hey, these aren't my monster stat blocks. The great thing about this game, about this, is that I can actually, you know, uh, add and take away things really quickly, so you all don't actually get to see it. Alrighty, let us begin. So you guys will actually get the jump on them. Let me just quickly change the music. Oh no, it's this one. Yeah, you certainly are.
Oakley dokley day. First up is Eddie. Yes. They are groups of like standard rats. They are not anything really like from wait a second, let's see your vision here. What can you see? Oh yeah, you see this rat here. Which one have I got selected? You see you see that one there, Eddie, and it's they just look like regular rats from what you can see. You can absolutely go ahead and use a free action to investigate them. I'll give you that one for free if you'd like. On a 6, they just appear like regular rats, nothing too special. Roll me animal handling. On a 14, you would absolutely understand that these are creatures that like to stay where it is dark, and they'd rather be in dark sort of areas. They really dislike being in well-lit areas. Dancing lights, absolutely. Ping me where would you like the dancing lights. Actually, cast it first, and yeah. Perfect. Dancing lights have been, and then you can click place measured template and put it wherever you'd like. Just easy. And how would you like these lights to look? White bright light. Yeah, no worries. Just bright white lights. Okay, let me quickly just place a template here. Let me just change a couple of things real quickly. And bright, what's the 10-foot radius? 10 radius of dim light. Hang on, I just need to move this fucking tracker out of the feckin' way. Explain to me what these lights. Explain to me what sort of form these lights take. Like they're a very steady sort of like white glow, like sort of like an ethereal lantern. Yep. Yeah, lovely. Steady light. as these lights sort of make their way. I'm going to make a better macro for you for that, so it actually ends up, you can actually end up just placing these. But for now, as you sort of bring in your lights, they sort of emit, they will emit their glow, illuminating a, you'll see here, can we actually ping? That would be great if we could. Oh, come on. As it emits here, you'll see a bunch of rats scurry their way back over here, as well as these rats scurry into some boxes. You'll hear some rustling from over up in this general vicinity, as well as some tails shooting off over in this area here. All right. Next on the initiative is this group of rats here. Let me just. Sorry, I will just need to see just a couple of things. Sorry. Okay. They're gonna be. Oh my god, can we just do the thing, you guys? You little no, I don't. They'll come barreling out here as these rats have been startled. They seem rather quite aggressive. They are not happy. And that will end that one's turn. Next. Miss. Next. These ones over here will burst out of their barrel and come over up to you, Bobo, and they are going to... They're going to bite you. Target, can we, there we go, hey. Ooh, does the 22, does the 22 hit? That is a nat 20, oh boy. Okay, so then it will... Can we actually just do this, please? I know, right? And now it is going to do some damage. With a critical. They will not actually end up doing any damage to you. The light, unfortunately, seems to be sort of getting in their eyes, as well as sort of when these rats sort of pants out and come to try and bite you, they sort of can't make their way through your fur, and you notice as sort of some of them actually get in to bite you, that sort of, it feels like their teeth might be a little bit loose, and sort of the teeth are sort of almost falling out of their mouths, at least with this group. Okay. This one's going to come barreling out. This one's going to come out and target you. It's going to attack you, Monkey. Why is it not? It's frustrating. Give me a second, sorry guys. This rat is going to target you, and it's going to bite. A 7 does not meet your AC. It will miss, ending its turn. These rats will start absolutely barreling towards you, and they will run and dash up to over here and then end their turn. Bobo, your turn. Yep. Yep. Make sure. Lovely. Make sure you use your apply your summon weapons for me. Should. And then can you actually just drag and drop the claws onto that for me? I just need to say something. Oh, okay, that's okay. I think that's why I'm not setting up those claws. Okay, so your attack was a 15 plus 5. Yep, that for a unnatural 20, that absolutely hits. Click attack to click damage to roll your damage. Hang on a second. Yep. Did we? And then we need to click damage. I can do that one for you. You'll hit. Yep. I ended up doing it for you. Sorry about that. Yeah, you'll hit them for, as you sort of explained to me, how you sort of swing your enhanced claws upon this rat. Straight down on top of your whole force of your body is this these rats have sort of been trying to get in and sort of break your skin. We'll apply that, and you sort of squish one or two of them, but the others are sort of there and ready to sort of pounce onto your paw for the attack. You still have a bonus action. What would you like to do? You'll roar? Absolutely. Rawr. Rawr. Give me 1 second. Yeah, no worries. You could also use your Hungry Jaws as well. You have 2 of those too, if that's something that you would like to do. You do have only 2 of those per long rest. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. And don't forget that you have spells too. Yes, you know Hellish Rebuke. Anyway, ignore me. Okay, if you'd just like to do a roar, you can roll Intimidation for me. 19. Absolutely. The rats in your general vicinity are going to roll wisdom against that. This swarm of rats are now fearful of you. Effect. Let me. Where the fuck are you? Sorry, give me a second. It's such a pain in the butt to find. Frightened. Here we go. Frightened. Boom. They are now scared of you, Bobo. This one is. This one's going to roll. They will also fail as well. This one will actually, the one that you attack will actually sort of, they're more focused on actually trying to like bite and attack you. They are not scared at all. These ones over here will also be rolling against that too. They too are also frightened. Alright. Okay, so when you're ready, end your turn. Perfect. Next up, Monkey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hang on a second. Bear with me a moment, guys. One moment, please. OBS Studio just disconnected, and we're back. We're back. Okay. Hope that wasn't just it. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Alrighty. They're gonna make their opportunity attack against you. They are going to bite you. Does a 15 hit? 16. Okay, that fails. You're good. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Certainly can. Absolutely, go for it. That unfortunately misses. My apologies. Anything else you'd like to do? Okay, no worries. Go ahead and end your turn. These rats will move out. 30. Yeah, they're actually going to move closer to the source of the screaming, that roar. They're going to end their turn here. The rats that you just attacked will actually scurry in between these. They would be moving towards Bobo. They actually cannot move. They're actually going to move forward, realize their mistake, and scurry back. Yeah, they could, but that's not what they're doing. Then they're going to up over here. You certainly can. Opportunity attack away, my friend. 22 will hit. Make sure you can you let's it's still a target. Okay. Can you hit hit your damage button for me, please? Okay. Why is it saying -5 on the swarm of rats? Hang on a second. Oh, they are. That is true. Thank you. And we'll go ahead and play that one. Uh-huh. Oakley Dokley, if that will end their turn. Top of the round, Eddie. Yeah, absolutely. Cast away. Target the rat and cast away. Easy. Yep. An 8 will not hit, unfortunately. In what manner? Hang on a second. Again, like with any, you did miss an attack roll. With any battle we do, you can scan stuff, guys. So you can again ask questions and all that sort of stuff. Sorry, I thought I had stated that, but yeah, roll that. You are within a range to meet their AC or go over it. So go ahead. A 2 will meet their AC. Sorry. All you needed was a 10, so go ahead and apply some damage. Roll for your damage now. Hoi, sway! You are absolutely explain to me these guiding bolts and how you've managed and how you and sort of what they look like as you sort of hit and fire away. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You as you sort of blast, sort of almost imagining a sort of like a Kamehameha sort of deal. You sort of fire off this beam of guiding bolt, and it just goes zoom straight into this straight what you thought was not dead center, but at the last moment, as these rats saw the beam coming towards them, they sort of panicked and dove amongst each other, getting blasted. Almost lined them up perfectly, and they absolutely just get eviscerated. There is viscera everywhere. These rats are gone. Okay. Anything else you would? Anything else you'd like to do? Yeah. Yeah, go. Oh, well, that's me. It's me. Whoops. It is me. Mm-hmm. Oh, he is dead. Um. All right. The one right beside Bobo, indignant, absolutely furious. These rats are angry. These ones look a little bit like something's wrong with them. They're jittery, they're shaky, they're getting angry, angry, angry. A little bit of froth starts foaming at their mouths. They are going to move into your space, Bobo, swarm up you, and actually make an attack against the you, Eddie. Hang on, I need to select these rats again. They're going to make a
Piercing attack against you, and I attack you. A 5 does not beat your AC. Does it? Oh, it'll be... Yeah. Hang on, I can grab it for you. Yeah, your AC is 13. Yeah, these rats, Bobo sort of starts shaking a little bit, and these rats sort of like don't even make it up to the fez. That will end their turn. Next up, these rats are frightened. They're actually going to skitter over here and sort of run sort of up and around through this stuff here, and they're going to end their turn there. These rats are going to dash over this way and then attack you, Monkey. Okay. These rats are going to attack you. Yes, absolutely. Target and attack them. Yep. You're going to use your bite. Hell yeah. That will hit. Yeah, you absolutely get one of these rats and you just chomp it into pieces and sort of shake it around in your mouth as it sort of flies everywhere. These rats are getting just terrified of you. They are squeaking and screaming, doing anything they can to get away as you sort of bite one or two more of these rats. Now moving their attack onto Monkey. I sure did. I'm fairly certain I did. Wait a second, did I? Oh, I mustn't have. Yeah, no, I mustn't have. No, I do apologize. They will attack you, Monkey. 16 will hit. They certainly will. They will unfortunately do 2 damage to you as these rats are sort of nipping and sort of finding the gaps in between your armor and nipping at your heels. Did that apply to you? Okay, lovely. Lovely. I don't know why your hitboxes aren't, your HP bars are not popping up. Hang on, there we go. That was just my end. Something I hasn't done it for the these tokens. Yeah, oh well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely blame me when in doubt. Perfect. Okay. Those rats will end their turn with their attack. Bobo, you're up. Yeah. Yeah, no, you sort of they can actually remain within his space. Oh, hang on, wrong ones. Hang on, which ones? Oh, lovely. Yeah, absolutely.
25 will hit. If that's a crit, make sure you apply the. Make sure you roll your damage as a crit. Yeah. 7. Oh, a 1. Unfortunate. Mm-hmm. Why? Hang on. Is that giving me... It's giving me the crit damage, right? No, that's his regular attack. So regular attack is... Ah, yes, my apologies. Mm-hmm. Lovely. These rats are now bloodied. Hang on. I need to just move these rats up underneath you. There we go. Okay, Bobo, anything else you'd like to do? Okay, no worries. End your turn. Monkey, you're up. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're sort of swarming around his feet now. You've got some pretty good access to strike. God dang, you are not hitting today. I'm gonna say do me the attack again, man. I need to just verify if you're actually able to hit these fucking things. There you go. We're gonna give you that. I like to throw out a freebie if you're rolling shit for the night. There you go. Now roll your damage. Yeah, it's just a friendly rat fight, guys. 7, hell yeah, they take -3. That has been applied. Anything else you'd like to do, Monkey? Right? That's it? Okay. Okay. These rats are going to come and attack you, Bobo. They are going to use their bite. Ooh, a 20 will crit. Goddamn, why am I rolling hot tonight? I shouldn't be rolling so hot tonight, guys. What the fuck? Alright. They're going to do 6 damage to you, Bobo, as these rats jump up and start burying themselves into your fur and start nipping and gnawing and biting. They're starting to, like, actually get through to your skin and start tearing. Some of them, it actually feels like they're taking chunks and almost eating away at your flesh. You are now bloodied. Hellish Rebuke, absolutely. Reaction, go for it. Okay. Hang a second, I'm just checking something. Yeah, I'm just checking something. Hang on. I just need to check some ranges on some things. One moment, please. Okay. They fail. Whoa, lovely. Lovely. They'll apply, and they will now be bloodied. Great. Perfect. These rats, as they sort of bite and start chewing onto you, you use your hellish rebuke as what would you describe your hellish rebuke would look like? The green flames, or yeah, it's sort of like the flash papers. It's sort of like up around them. These rats go. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these rats will just sort of like flash paper incinerate in sort of a puff of green and sort of a green, a flash of fire and some smoke as they sort of and sort of fall off you. The others are sort of taken aback as they sort of stop for a moment. That will end their turn. These rats. These rats are going to go over here. And they're going to scurry back into the this part of the cellar, ending their turn. Top of the round. They're all within 5 feet of you. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Go for it. Which ones are you attacking? Ah, lovely. Go for it. Yeah. Click attack. Oh, that will hit. 22 hits it. And all right, click your damage. And then just the damage button. Yep, this one here. Top one above if you click the one above your yeah, there we go. Perfect. They'll take 3 damage as you sort of start stabbing these rats. Tell me how you kill them. You all see as Eddie sort of just bursts out of the fez and just starts shaking away at these rats, throwing them sort of off um off Bobo. Anything else you'd like to do? Lovely. All right, go ahead and end your turn. These ones are dead. I need to remove them. Remove that participant and remove this participant. Okay, these rats, still terrified, are going to try and squeeze themselves up and into this corner in underneath these barrels. This one here is, while they are gonna fight you, Monkey, they have seen their comrades die and they're going to move themselves down over this way, proccing an opportunity attack. Nine will miss, unfortunately, as these rats will try and squeeze themselves underneath these barrels over here. Bobo, you're up. Nice. 14 will hit. Ooh, 12 damage. Uh, tell me how you kill him. Oh, lovely. You sort of just bring your paw down and just sort of splat these rats. You sort of just get all of them under sort of your massive brown bear paw. Just a bit of splatter and viscera that comes out of their sort of their bones, and as you hear and feel them screaming and scurrying, trying to escape from this attack, but they were just so caught off guard. Um, and that will kill them. Alrighty. Bobo, anything else you'd like to do? Mm-hmm. Bobo, if you want, you can actually stand over on here and sort of climb over. That won't count as difficult terrain. Would you like to move? Would you like to move here in combat range of them, or would you like that 5 feet in between? Okay, no worries. Monkey, you're up. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Yay! Dirty 20. 11. Running it down to 5. Explain to me how you're going to kill them. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're sort of swatting at them with your rapier. It appears to be working. Their patterns and movement of them like scurrying and weaving in and out between each other as you sort of your rapier just seems to find purchase every time, and sort of a little bit of confidence starts coming back to you as you thought, oh geez, are we failing like the most basic of every single adventurer's quest, every rookie's quest is and has always been fighting rats in some nana's basement. I, I, and as you're sort of whacking and whacking and whacking, you're sort of finding yourself actually hitting these rats as they're swarming around and sort of dodging and fleeing each other. You're just finding purchase, and you actually end up killing the this swarm. Ooh, Eddie. Quick question. Uh, were you still in the hat on your last turn? No. Okay, so you are mid, still hanging on to the fur. Okay, still on the bear. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh well, you sort of I was sort of envisioning you sort of throwing them off as you're sort of stabbing them, you're sort of kicking them off, sort of like it was a very swashbuckly pirate sort of thing I had in my head. Yeah. Lovely. These rats in the cellar will continue fleeing, but not finding potentially any escape. You're up, Eddie. Which light would you like to move? Now, you would have to have line of sight to be able to move the light. No, because you're ping it because I've removed everybody's mice. It was getting a little too busy on the screen. Over here. Yep. Yes, so you've got one here. You've got one up here. You've got one here, and then you've got one sort of over here. You got one around the corner here. Yeah. Where would you like to move it? Yeah, no worries. The light illuminates it. You guys will be rolling with advantage against this swarm of rats as they are as they are terrified of being underneath the light. They go into a panic. Okay, no worries. These rats will do anything as they possibly can to try and get away from Bobo as they are still frightened. They're gonna run over into this corner, ending. That will proc an opportunity attack against you, Monkey. From you, Monkey. They are within 10 feet of you. You certainly do. Let's just move him here. 18. Oh, that's gonna hit. Roll that damage, boy. 13. That's gonna be down to a 6, unfortunately. You're sort of keep following along that same sort of thought before us, like sort of swatting them with your rapier rather than sort of an individual thrust at one of them. You're sort of just swinging at the pack now, sort of flicking down your rapier upon them, dealing them 6 points of damage as they scream and scurry. And actually, they don't actually make their whole way across because they're losing their numbers and they're sort of having to scrabble over each other's bodies, and partway through, they make it to about like here. So trying to scurry off and away potentially for the exit upstairs, ending their turn. Bobo, you're up. Hey there, little fella. Nice. 18 will hit. Dealing 5 damage to the rats. They are now bloodied. Back him up, boo-boo. I still have a... Yeah, no worries. Monkey, you're up. They are within 10 feet of you, technically. No, because they're no longer within the light. 10, nice, that hits! Hell yes, max damage again, here we go. Oh, hang on a second, did it apply to them? Let's apply, why? Thank you. Can you, hang on a second, I'll just go back. I'll just go in and do it manually. Tell me how you kill him. That's right. Just swatting. Absolutely. You're swatting at these rats. Killing them. Where the fuck are they? They are and they are now dead as well. Yeah, absolutely. You you'll see this pile of rats over here. Um, Lovely. Okay, these rats are gonna see you, and they're going to actually charge at you. That's right, and they're gonna make an attack. Yes, they certainly do. These are some mad rats. They're some bad rats. They're some bad rats. Okay. They're gonna dive to attack you, but the sort of the light over here is going to make it sort of a bit of a hard time as they miss. They sort of go dive at you and they sort of skitter back away from their light, more concerned about their potential photosensitivity than they are actually willing to fight you. That will end their turn. Eddie, you're up. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me clear your movement. Clear movement history. Oh no, they're all dead. Once they have the skull on them, they're dead. There is one over here. You certainly could. So ready in action is something like once it has to be very specific. So once creature comes into range, I will do something. Or once so say like if those rats came around the corner, you could say once those rats come into view and they are within range of my spell, I will fire my spell off at them. Yeah. You guys haven't you guys did hear like she did Mrs. Mabel did state to you all that there was two levels to the basement. This is the first part of her cellar. The next part you guys haven't actually seen the stairs going down to as of yet. She did say there was a cellar, then a sub cellar, so potentially up this way. Yeah, absolutely. You can roll me perception if you'd like. 23 will do it. You absolutely hear more rats coming from specifically over here. A natural 20? Wait, was it a natural 20? It was a natural 20. Oh yeah. You actually hear probably about there seems to be like maybe a swarm of rats around this general area here. But you hear off in the distance some more down here. Down further appears to be there may be more rats in that. Yeah, potentially these may just be sort of sort of a forward group of rats. There may be more downstairs, and you're yet to see the jars. What? No, never. Checks your line of sight. Oh, checks your line of sight. Shit. Lovely. Okay. Those this group monkey, you'll actually see them scurry up and then down the stairs once they sort of sniff and sort of like communicate with the other one. These two groups of rats will what should I call the word? Will scurry off down. That do it? That should be. Yes, okay, perfect. They did it. Lovely. And that will end that rat's turn. These ones will actually start scurrying forward towards you all, making attack against you, Bobo. That one. And then this, and then that. Of the bite? Based on your spell slots, a 19 will succeed against your armor class. They are going to now do some damage on you. Can everybody roll me perception, please? Yeah, look, you guys have been bitten and attacked by these rats quite a bit. You'll notice that these rats sort of look upset and sort of as like as the other rats. Nothing really else. They'll actually do no damage to you, Bobo. Oh no. What the fuck is going on? It's not letting me end their turn. Who's next in the turn? Oh, that's these rats. Okay, these should be you. Hang on a second. Something's going on here. Bobo, you're up. Yeah, absolutely. Swing away. That will crit. Make sure they roll your damage with a crit. -10. God damn. That was fucking a lot of damage. God damn, boy. Yeah. They're bloodied as you sort of swing your claws down. I'm almost thinking like you've like sort of half reared up and sort of just gone like the I don't know if you ever played Tekken as the bear and just sort of like the two like low sweeps with the paws. I'm just seeing rats going from side to side of the room as they're going. So they're going. Some are sort of fucking cut in half and they're splaying themselves across the room as one of these rats is trying to like hold its intestines into itself as its legs are on the other side of the room, sort of twitching and kicking. Anything else you'd like to do, Bobo? Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roar. Roll intimidation. Oh, hang a second. Hang on. Yeah, alright, you got it. Go for it. 21, absolutely. These rats... this rat... here will become frightened. And... Those ones will become frightened, and these rats down here, hearing the same thing, hearing the squeals and screams of their compatriots, will become distracted. The next encounter downstairs, if you choose to go so, from the bellowing and the roars, you will end up having you'll end up losing your surprise round, but in fact you'll end up getting advantage for the next 2 rounds against the the rats downstairs. Hell yeah. Okay, is that the end of your turn, Bobo? Perfect. All right, Monkey, you're up. Yeah, go for it. Roll with advantage.
21 hits. Roll your roll your damage. Oh, what?
Hell yeah, they're bloodied. Move across one. Yeah, no worries. Absolutely. These rats will you hitting them will remove their distracted status as they sort of move up and around you, spying Bobo, moving back, proccing opportunity attack. No, you miss. Critical miss. They make it away from you. No problem at all. You're up, Eddie. roll me intimidation. Yeah, these rats here will see your cheese, and they'll start foaming and frothing at the mouth, and they're gonna start start sort of fighting amongst each other, making them distracted as well over who's going to end up climbing the bear to get the cheese. You are within range for a technically a dagger attack. If you like, you are technically within 5 feet. And I'm not gonna necessarily use your diminutive size against you in such a way where you are still within 5 feet range. Yeah, yeah. I'd imagine that you and Bobo have been, you know, sort of with each other long enough to sort of have like a system of like easy movement, sort of slides up and down. Not slides, but like ropes up and down. Yeah, yeah. 15 will hit. Dealing 2 points of damage. Okay. If that's all you're gonna do for your turn, then these rats are going to stay distracted as they fight amongst each other. Dealing 1 point of damage to each other. Ending their turn. These... Where are you guys? Oh, hang on a second. Where the fuck are they? Where did they go? Where did these ones go? These? And then these? Oh, hang on a second. These need to be removed. Okay,
Nope, hang a second, sorry. Bobo, you're up. Go for it. 21 will hit. Dealing 2 points of damage. How do you kill these rats? You'll eat a couple of them? Okay. Do a couple of bites. So you'll consume a couple of the whole rats? Alright. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, Bobo? That's good. Alrighty. End your turn. Monkey. And you attack. Go for it. 16 will hit. 12. Hell yeah. Applying 6 points of damage. How do you kill these rats? Yeah, absolutely. You sort of found your rhythm with the swatting, and sort of as you're sort of then now more confident, you're sort of following this rhythm of the sort of how these rats move and weave in through and avoiding sort of attacks. You sort of found the moments of when they sort of cross intersect with each other, skewering the rats. One rat after another with each sort of successive stab, ending this encounter. you'll all sort of look around you and see sort of like the viscera all over the place, and you'll hear from from up here,
You love's got 'em all. Oh, good job. Don't forget downstairs now, yeah?
and you'll sort of hear a tink 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 and some bottles rolling down towards you.
I've thrown down some potions, love. Here you go.
And she'll throw down 3 potions. As finally, you'll also hear a bang and a clatter and a bit of a smash.
Oh, Peebo, you've gone and done it again.
As Pimo will finally arrive on the scene once he actually enters the scene. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious. Hang on a second. My things aren't working. Pimo, please let me click on your... Why have you not entered my scene? Yeah, Pimo is not entering my scene on my end. Hang on a second. There we go. Pimo will come down and sort of look at all your handiwork and be like, "Oh, you guys did a great job." He's sort of looking a lot more better, quite a lot more fresh and hardy than he was before. I need to just go ahead and delete that and click this one and delete that. We don't need 2 Pimos. He'll sort of pick up and hand you all sort of the potions. He'll sort of hand one over to you, Bobo. It's just a standard health potion. I shall add to your inventories. Give me 1 second. Bear me one moment, please. I will tell you in 2 seconds once I get the shop open. Huh? Where the fuck? Hang on a second, hang on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I have to do it this way. Uh-oh. What the? Fruit salad? Hang on a second. What the flip? Oh my god, guys. Nope. What the fuck is it? Sorry guys, bear with me one moment. I just realized I didn't actually import any healing potions. Whoops. That's crazy. No. I do trust yous, but I don't want you guys to be doing that. That's my job. I should have all these things ready and done and dusted. Apparently I do not. Yeah, that will just be regular potions of healing. I'm just gonna go throw these into your bags now. Bam! You get a potion of healing. You get a potion of healing. You get a potion of healing. Why did that not attach to you? There we go. You got a potion of healing. You all got a potion of healing each. You can absolutely use it now. You can also take a short rest if you would like. Yes, it will. Mrs. Mabel has definitely accounted for your size. Should be in your backpacks now. Yeah, everybody. So you guys just go into your go into your character sheet, and next to the long rest button you'll see a short rest. Just click that one. Make sure to heal yourself and not Pimo. Awesome. It's lovely. Sure will. That's what it's there for. You can expend some. Bobo, you can get your hit dice. Why do you only have one hit die? Because you're level 1, that's right. Okay. You can use the hit die to restore some health, or you can use the potion of healing. Up to you. Absolutely. So yeah, you should be able to just click short rest, and it should does it give you the yeah. Make sure you click short rest, yes. Should there we go. Nice. Hannah, make sure you
Yeah, no worries. Everybody take a 5-minute break if you'd like. Take a pee break. Take a pee break. Go for it, Gex. I am actually going to go refill and take a pee break. Oh no, Hannah, no. Good job, bud. You were saying, Dimitri? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, more than happy to end it here tonight, guys. Um uh next time we next session in next time in Dragon Ball Z, we will continue down into the second level of the cellar. Hopefully by then we'll be able to be joined by the others. Next session, I will say, actually, it's probably the best place to stop, because next session I will say gear up. It is going to be a fight. Think about sort of your character sheets. If you want to come back sometime during the week and have a look at your character sheets a bit more, sort of figure out some stuff, figure out what you can and can't do, I'm more than happy to. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Again, great question. Let me have a look at you. Yes. I'll get back to you on that one. That has been a hot minute. Oh, yes, Dimitri can tell me. Tell. Only on a level up. Oh, yes, of course. We can have a further chat about that, Hannah, if you feel like maybe stuff isn't necessarily working out for you with sort of what you expect, wise, sort of spells wise. Yeah, yeah, we can have a yeah. You did take things like spare the dying, and you do have healing spells here. Hmm. Mm. I don't know why you have this. I don't know why you have this new spell here. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, pull up your physical sheet. Because you would get like some additional stuff, obviously from like your like our what we've done with your racial and things like that. But that's okay. We'll and also don't forget you also have your innate sorcery that you haven't used any charges of. Um, uh, the spell save DC of your sorcery spells increases by 1. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you've got two. You've got two. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. All right. On that, I'm gonna go do my little thingo off stream, and then on stream, and then I'll be back to answer any further questions if anybody has any, or just hang out or whatever. And yeah, oakley dokley day. Let me jump into OBS. I'm just gonna quickly jump in and out of the Discord call. Um. Oh, goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious me. What a stream that was, eh? Oh, did I goof up in some places? Oh boy, did I ever. YouTube folk, we didn't start the stream right away. That was bad. That was really shocking. I didn't realize that you actually have to hit the go live button on the actual YouTube thing to go live in YouTube. That is my bad. I do apologize. I will have an actual VOD because I've got part of the Twitch one, part of this one, and the rest of this one. I'll download them both, smush them together, shoot them up, and that way YouTube at least will have the whole VOD. Additionally, a couple of things. The title screens that you're seeing at the start and end of every stream now are campaigns that have actually been played in this universe. I'm planning a video for sort of explaining and going over the Amber Globes universe a bit more, sort of how it separates itself from Dungeons & Dragons, and sort of what sort of intricacies to sort of the land and everything like that. We currently have a couple of sessions of the New World Genocide Run up. This was the very first sort of campaign that was ran pretty much most of the way through. I don't have all the episodes of that, but I do have quite a sizable amount of episodes of that. There is a lot of work that needs to be done with those. The Old World campaign that takes place sometime after Genocide Run. That is a very short. That campaign actually ended. That campaign actually ended. That was it. Those are what we're calling the origin campaigns. Those are sort of what gave me inspiration to actually then spur on this universe in sort of a semi-continuity. Genocide Run towards the end had some interesting things that allowed for sort of this branching path, and this is sort of a branching path of Genocide Run. Battle for Wayfair was a 2-part event. I'm currently clawing out my eyes at the second part of just how cooked the audio is on the second part of Battle for Wayfair. And look, if you go back and listen to any of these, just note the audio is not great. Most of the time they're recorded off a phone, or like a really old tablet, or even worse, a microphone sitting on top of a loud computer that is actively dying, specifically for the Genocide Run Part 2 thing. They're really, honestly, they're kind of not necessarily worth listening to. I will end up potentially doing sort of a regaling of what took place during those campaigns events. I'm just really putting them up and going through them purely just because I've got them sitting there, and I've been saying for years, for literal years, like pre-COVID, is how old some of these campaigns are, from people that are not currently in any of my current campaigns. A Grimilla Hole was my first campaign coming back into actually building up this universe and sort of going and running with some ideas that I had sort of in my youth about video games and stuff like that, and sort of this story that I've been building up over a very long period of time. The Grimilla Hole sort of was that sort of like, bugger it, I'm just gonna do it, I'm just gonna make this, I'm just gonna, instead of making a video game because I have no technical skill at all, I'm just gonna do what I do best and actually just make a D&D campaign. I know Dungeons & Dragons, I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for quite a while. To some degree, I know 5th edition well enough to be able to stumble my way through it with some friends who know the game a bit better than me, who've played a bit more intensely than I have. I do have sessions, every session of that recorded, aside from the last actual ending of that. That one ended up getting put on permanent hiatus, just due to some personal circumstances. But that one has a definitive end, and I will do a sort of a tally towards the end of that. This is the first time that we're actually using a program like
It's actually the second time now. This is the second time now that we're actually using a program like Foundry. I purchased Foundry initially to do Dungeons and Dragons, the Battle for Wayfair thing, the event for Battle for Wayfair, but that ended up, it became too big of a thing. It became too much of a thing. It was like 15, 14 something people in that event alone, and 2 rounds of combat became a lot. It became a whole sort of like how long that first run of that was quite a bit of of time. As it were today, we quite clearly Julian, who plays David Flaccid, and Jai, who plays Mavira. They weren't here, unfortunately, due to personal circumstances, but that's okay. That's alright. This campaign is made for drop in, drop out players. It's sort of, I really took that Final Fantasy Tactics sort of idea of these clans and stuff like that, and what they can and can't do, into a setting where I knew, not everybody has the same schedules. And this could run different days and things like that, and bugger it, why not just run these different days and just see how we go. Any of this older content is rather old. It is quite old. Anything labeled Origins, everything obviously is going into a playlist with its year dated. When it takes place, typically things will only take place over a year, or just in general, really. Campaigns only run till level 10, if they are long campaigns. As you can see from this session, I sort of do bend the D&D rules quite a bit. I do allow for certain things. I do sort of look at people's toolkits of what they bring and go, how would this necessarily work in this situation? What creatures can I then sort of give bonuses or debuffs, like buffs or debuffs to, based on sort of the party members? There's things, and slowly we're building the toolkit to sort of make these sessions run so much faster than I currently am. Obviously we spent like the first 10 minutes I spent, majority of I had free today after work to do some quick little things that I realized, oh gosh, I've forgotten. But even then, when I started, I was like, oh man, I've even forgotten this, and then I've forgotten that. So eventually I'll be more adept at just having things ready. It's so different than grabbing all my D&D books, grabbing the handwritten notes I've made for myself, and having the screenshot on my phone of the homebrew creatures I've made. These are pretty. Yeah, this is a slow process, but I'm hoping that I've overcome the audio issues, I've overcome the mixing problems, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, guys, that we can actually get some traction on these, because these are some fun stories, and I really enjoy telling them all, and my party seems to be really enjoying it, and they've been telling me they thoroughly enjoy it. So yeah, that's all from me, and yeah, like, subscribe, and all that. That does wonders. Tell me favorite parts in the comments, things you'd like to see as shorts and whatnot, and yeah, just go from there. Anyway.